Hello and welcome to After Reviews in English, another TLDR look at what it is I've reviewed, where I force myself to say something good, something bad, what I think is the best and what I think is the worst, all in an abbreviated format and in my own personal opinion, of course. And today it's the Gizaudio by Binary Acoustics Chopin. Now, these have been sent to me by Hi-Fi Go. I have absolutely no affiliation with Hi-Fi Go. You can find out more by checking out the full review, which is linked in the description, or just head over to actualreviews.com. Okay, so starting off with something good. Now, I have to say that I'm a fan of the whole presentation and packaging of these IEMs. There's nothing special included. I mean, we get 3 sets of tips in 3 different sizes. We get these 2 little drawstring bags that the actual IEMs came inside, cleaning tool, cable, and the storage transport case. But this was packaged in this like box that the top lid lifts off, and this was sat in there. And I mean, in general, it just gives you the sensation of a higher end set of IEMs. I mean, the storage case reminds me of the cases that we get our measuring equipment and stuff in at work, and it's just overall a package. As I say, that there's nothing special in there, but at the same time, it does give you the sensation of a higher end IEM. Something bad. Well, for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of this tuning. Now, when I first started listening to these, the first thing that came to mind was, I explained more in the full review, but it came to mind was a Maya sound setup that sort of comprises of, or is made up of Maya MM4 speakers paired with a 750 LFC sub. Now, that's going to mean absolutely nothing to the vast majority out there unless you're into pro sound speakers. But basically, the 750 LFC is a subwoofer that's capable of going very low, but keeping things very clean. And the MM4s are satellite speakers that, while they do have a decent frequency response or coverage, they really don't do much below 500 hertz. And that is the sort of tuning that this gives me. It's like having a subwoofer and some satellite speakers where the focus is on the sub bass and sort of like the upper mid range, the higher mids sort of thing. And that is not my favorite tuning. But that takes me to the best, and that is the way these do that tuning. Now, if you are looking for that kind of sound signature, I mean, these remind me of back when I could go to a disco and stay there all night rather than falling asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. But the discos where you had that huge wall of sub bass, and at the same time, vocals of EDM were still very clear, and they could be, it gives you that impression of everything being there. These do that very, very well. They give you a huge amount of sub bass. They keep it very clean. They're very fast. They're very good at it. And at the same time, they give you those upper mids that gives you clarity. Now, the worst, in my opinion, is the fact that because these do focus so much on sub bass, and then contract that with the upper mids, if you're listening to some kind of music that doesn't have much sub bass or doesn't have sub bass, such as, I don't know, acoustic guitars with just a simple male vocal, especially male vocals, not so much female vocals, but especially male vocals. But you have something like acoustic guitars, male vocal, where there really isn't much going on in the sub bass. Well, the mid bass and the lower mids are then a little bit lean, and they can give you a sensation of a lack of warmth and body in those regions. And it puts all the emphasis on the upper mids, making things a little bit harsh because of the way those upper mids are balanced, and you've suddenly lost all those lows that are counteracting it. Again, it depends on the music you're listening to. If you're into hip hop, EDM, things with vocals and plenty of sub bass and that kind of thing, these do an amazing job, and I don't think there's much out there that does it on the level that these do it. But if you are somebody who's more into relaxed acoustic stuff and don't have a need for that sub bass, then that is the worst thing about those, in my opinion. But anyway, I go into a lot more detail in the full review. If you want to check that out, it's linked in the description, or just head over to actualreviews.com, and I'll be back with another one soon. See you later.